Hey guys, Ainx here. This is going to be a replay of me playing versus my friend, uh, Tarackian, and I'm starting as Protoss, and he is playing as Terran. This is a friendly game, so this is not a league game or anything like that. And basically, we have never played the 1v1 before, so this is our first one. And as you can see here, I don't have like a cover like most of the commentators do to cover this replay timer. So this game is 34 minutes, but I am going to speed it up a little bit because there just isn't like interesting stuff going on as we're building up our economy. So I'm starting with a 9 pylon and going to scout right away. This is a pretty early scout, but this is something that I found to be pretty important in League because so many people cheese in silver and gold that if you don't scout it, then you're pretty much screwed. So this is kind of like a force of habit. I didn't think that he would cheese, and he didn't. But I did go in here and just kind of see what's going on. So I'm scouting his base, seeing just a regular barracks being dropped down at 12, and probably a supply depot at 10. He's taking an SCV off the line to chase my probe. And this was a while ago actually, this game, so I wasn't really that good at multitasking. So my probe is either gonna die or it's gonna have its shield drop. But I do a gas steal just to make sure that he's not gonna be going Reapers right away. Um, or Mass Reapers anyway, because I hate Mass Reapers. Anyway, almost die here, 5 HP left, but I pull off and he's taking a Marine. He's making a Marine probably to destroy this simulator. Meanwhile, I'm taking my probe over here and I'm going to be building a pylon for being able to warp in units over here in this area. This pylon's eventually going to get destroyed, but it's there now. Meanwhile, my base, everything is pretty standard. I saw that he wasn't going for Reapers, so not churning out any units, any early units, just going for a cybernetics core. And as you see here, I do have this pylon. So this is my second pylon. It's not in my base. So if he were to scout me right now, he would probably know that there's a proxy pylon somewhere. And on this map, there are like two very popular places. One is over here, and the other one is over here. Obviously, I wouldn't proxy myself, so he would probably know to go over here and check for it. Um, but I did go up with my probe up in here, and I checked out what's going on, and I saw another barracks, so I figured there would be some Marines coming out. Since I didn't see an add-on, I knew there's not going to be Marauders right away. So oh, it looks like he is building a tech lab. But I'm pretty calm right now, building my second gateway, dropping another pylon. As you can see here, I actually walled off this area. I like to, when I play SimCity in my base, I like to do this because you never know, like if there's gonna be a Reaper, like a Reaper could come in here, or like a Hellion, and roast your probes and then like come out over here. Usually what I do also is I drop a pylon right here and right here to make sure that it's not easy for the other person to like get out. So if a Hellion were to come in over here and try to kill some probes, I would be able to just block it in and wouldn't be able to get out without going through my units. So um, yeah, chrono boosting some probes, chrono boosting warp gate, and I'm actually hiding this robotics bay over here. It's gonna be a three gate robo, not a 4 gate. I usually do a 4 gate, but I figured that I would be going against Marauders, so I want to get some Immortals out. Plus, I always like to transition into Colossi when I play as Protoss versus Terran. Sometimes I do Zealot, Templar, but I figured that he would be going for tanks and stuff, so I wanted to have some Immortals just in case. Anyway, so yeah, 3 gate Robo, toss in another gateway. Um, this is gonna be done. This robotics bay is gonna be done, and I'm actually gonna build an observer first, and I'm gonna fly the observer over into his base. I'm actually kind of getting high minerals, or gas rather, so I don't know what I'm doing here. I guess I'm currently boosting more probes. I'm a little oversaturated in my base, but this is because I'm going to be dropping an expansion here soon. I was expecting for him to attack. Oh yeah, I am chrono boosting an observer. So there's an observer. I actually have a fair amount of pylons. As you can see, I'm at 36 out of 50. That's pretty bad. Like, I should be actually building some units instead of, like, there we go, instead of building extra pylons. He is going to be attacking soon, but you'll see here what I'm going to do. This the sentry is going to be pretty key in my defense. He did build a bunker. Didn't put anything in the bunker. I think he was probably expecting early aggression from me, which is reasonable because I do like to attack early, but I did notice that he was playing pretty passively, so I decided to tech instead of doing early aggression. And as you can see here, I am teching to Colossi right away. The Colossi is actually rallied all the way out here for some reason, but I think I will change that eventually. I am summoning more units, and I'm exploring here with my observer just to make sure that he didn't drop another expansion somewhere. Like I said, I've never played versus Tarackian 1v1 before. We usually play like 2v2 together, but he is moving out with a small force, 5 Marauders, 5 Marines, but I have more than enough to stop it, and I'm morphing in more. And of course, there's the Colossi, or Colossus. Where the hell is he going? Okay. I turn it around. This probe wants to build a pylon here to expand, but it's not going to get to do it. So here we go. We go ahead and block off 2 of his Marauders, and they're coming back. I think what he's doing here is he's retreating with all his units because he saw the Colossi. So he was like, I will not be able to kill this Colossi, and this Colossi is going to rape me. But as soon as he turned around, I actually blocked the ramp. So like 5 of his units got blocked right here, so he wasn't able to retreat. It was a good call on his part to retreat. And he is expanding, and he is building a starport with a reactor, which means probably Vikings or Medivacs. My guess is Medivacs. I'm moving out here, and I'm not going to attack right away. I did repel his attack, so what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to drop a Nexus and a few pylons back here. The reason for these pylons and how they're placed is that I like to drop cannons in the back of my base, like behind my mineral line. Too many replays that I see where people don't have any cannons, and then they get like Banshees in their base, and the Banshees like completely obliterate like 10 probes. That I hate seeing that, and I see so many top tier players do that. I know it's like 150 minerals that could potentially be another gateway, but those cannons will give you a peace of mind that you're not gonna get if you don't have them, obviously. So while I'm not doing anything, I broke these rocks in here for a future expansion. And meanwhile, I'm just macroing up, tossing on another 3 gateways, and chrono boosting more probes. So I am way oversaturated, as you can see. Like, these probes are just tripping, but I'm going to be moving some of them over here momentarily as soon as this Nexus is done. While I am also moving my Colossi out a little bit. So my army is actually not that big. Let's look at the army. We have approximately an even army, although I have slightly more, 75 over his 60. But he's got a Viking, 2 Vikings, so he's gonna be targeting my Colossi. And it doesn't seem like he has anything hotkeyed, except for his orbital command. So after he moves out with these Marauders, which are still 0-0, he's not researching any upgrades, and he's not using his energy that efficiently. And he's still got this bunker. That's 100 minerals. It's just chilling there. I see this with my observer, so I'm like, okay, well, he's expanding, and I saw his army with my observer, so I figured, that would be probably a good time to expand, because he's expanding. And I saw that his force was like no competition to mine, so I was feeling safe, so I was just sitting here. As you can see, I am not very good at spending my minerals. 400, 500 minerals, 500 gas. I could be doing a lot better here. I could be building more units. but I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm just spacing. Anyway, so he is moving out. He's got 4 Vikings, which is a fair amount of Vikings. He's going to be able to kill my Colossi pretty easily. He did see my pylon, I think. Let's just check. Yeah, he did see my pylon. I don't know why he didn't drop to kill it. But, whatever. Anyway, he's moving in. He is targeting my Colossi, which is really good. I am not targeting his Vikings, which is really bad. Okay, here now I am targeting his Vikings, so he's pulling them back. But he's going to be able to kill this Colossi because I don't pull the Colossi back fast enough, and he kills it. These Vikings have a really long range of 9, which is the same range as the Colossi. So his Vikings were able to kill me really easily. I have these sentries. They have a fair amount of energy. I only used force fields. I didn't even use Guardian Shield. But here I go for an attack. I use this pylon, which he didn't destroy, to warp in more Zealots. I block up his ramp, so he can't reinforce. Unfortunately, my Zealots are being stupid, and they're just like being attacked anyway from above. So this force field really didn't do anything. And again, I drop a force field for no reason. He is flying away though. Smart. He didn't lose this thing, but I back out because I didn't know how many units he had. Obviously, this would have probably been a GG right now because he has nothing. But I decided to run out because, you know, I didn't know if he had tanks on the way or if he had something in his base, and he was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna sack this and you know, then attack later. So I was cautious here. It could have probably been a game over by now, but you know, whatever. He's building a bunker here, which is smart. In case I attack again, he's going to be able to drop his Marauders or his Marines in the bunker. And he is using all his energy now that he landed his command center, or orbital command. So he dropped all his mules over here, so he's getting a huge influx of minerals right now. Meanwhile, I'm with my observer over here, and I'm kind of just checking to see what he's doing. He is burning minerals to build more forces. What I would have liked to see is his minerals and gas being spent a little bit more. He's not building army like fast enough. Like, he could have dropped another 2 barracks and he could have been building more Marines, more Marauders, or he could have tech switched, or you know, use this factory to build some tanks. Oh, and as I say that, he is getting siege mode and tanks. Good stuff. But I see this with my observer, so I know what to expect. And I did also see that he was researching siege tech, probably because he has no Hellions. So no armory, so no Thors. He is building Vikings to counter my Colossi. I have only 1 Colossi and a bunch of Zealots. What I do have, however, or I'm going to have soon, is I'm going to research Charge. And Charge is really good versus Terran, because they can charge at tanks, they can charge at Marauders, and Terran army is kind of bad in a sense that if you mix Marauders and tanks, then the tanks are going to kill Marauders and Marines. He's killing my pylon here, landing his Vikings, but I'm like, I don't want you to have this pylon, so I'm warping in Stalkers.